Yes. So the beauty of an EQRP plan, again, it is similar to a 401k. We follow section 401 of the IRC. You can borrow from your plan at the snap of a fingers. We have a team here, account managers who help all of our members. And if you need to borrow money from your EQRP plan, you can borrow up to $50,000. That's the IRS's guideline. Those are their rules. And you can pull up to that amount out to use for whatever you want. It could be to finance a small business. It could be to pay off a home equity line of credit because your adjustable rate just increased. The beauty of it is when you borrow from your EQRP plan, it's instantaneous, but also when you pay it back, it's going back into your plan along with any of the interest that you set. So it's actually a way for you to increase the value of your plan to ultimately go and invest that cash in another asset.
You're listening to the Real Estate Runway podcast powered by QUATTRO Capital, where we're all about alternative business and investment strategies to help you amplify life and maximize wealth. Here's your host, Aaron, the Deal Dynamo.
Hey, here we are, Real Estate Runway. Listen, I am so happy to be here today, but more importantly, I have one incredible human that I can hardly wait to introduce to you. You can say, hi, this is Joel over here. Joel, you want to give a quick shout out?
Yes, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. I'm excited for the conversation.
Absolutely. So this here is a newer friend of mine, but holy smokes, when you get to meet him and hear about his level of education and what he is going to really, where he's going to take us today, you are going to love it, because it's time to think outside the box. And that's what today's call is. So with me today is Joel Landon, and he is Vice President of Partner Relations with EQRP. Maybe you've heard of them. Not A, B, C, D, E. It's EQRP. And he's got over 2,300 clients within his company, and they specialize in understanding the unique needs of every investor. And it's really about helping them reach their funding goals, and EQRP provides the perfect vehicle to do such. So how's the day going, Joel?
It's been a good day. I can't complain. I've had some great interactions. It's almost lunchtime, so I'm sure you can relate. Lunch is always a great time to take a break, but yeah, I'm pumped about this experience. I'm excited to get to know you better and to share a little bit about EQRP with those that are listening.
Well, fantastic. Well, check this out. First, let's give the listeners, what in the world is EQRP? Fire away, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. So it's obviously an acronym, and it's synonymous with QRP, which is a qualified retirement plan. That's obviously a term that's, it's a familiar term in the industry, but our company, we like to put E in front of qualified retirement plan to show that what we offer is a qualified retirement plan, but it's enhanced. So that's what the acronym stands for. It's an enhanced qualified retirement plan that you, me, those that are listening, we can all own, we can all participate in. And there's a purpose behind why somebody should have an EQRP. And of course, we're going to talk about that today and dive deeper into the history and the functionality of it. So definitely looking forward to it.
That's awesome. So listen, if you stick with me, we're going to be like about 15 minutes here, and it's going to be like drinking from a water fountain. What he's talking about is truly a retirement plan on steroids. So tell us first, how in the world did you begin working? How did that all get spurred on with that journey of working with EQRP?
Yeah, so I come from like the traditional banking system. I worked in banking for 15 years, and I really enjoyed it. I loved interacting with people. I loved providing solutions for their everyday finances. But I lived in the traditional finance world. It's all I knew. And quite frankly, it was like the corporate world. It was the world that everybody is designed to be a part of and follow. It's, there's tons of guidelines, there's restrictions. You're kind of like herded like cattle, as like a comparison. But as I kind of branched out and started working for different companies in the banking sector, I got exposed to the founder of EQRP, Damian Lupo. And he was actually a client of mine And I got to know him really well. And over conversations, I learned what it means to have an EQRP, what it means to break out of the traditional system and play in the unconventional or the the alternative space. So joined EQRP about 3 years ago, and I haven't looked back. I mean, it's been a phenomenal experience for me because I've been able to relate what I'm doing at EQRP and what our members are doing with an EQRP to what my clients were experiencing in the old world. Like what I was doing for our clients in the old world is so different and so restrictive compared to what I'm doing right now. So I'm excited. Like I love interacting with our members. Like you said, we have 2,300 of them. We do want to grow. Like, we want to help more people. We want to do good business. And I think what we offer is super unique.
That's fantastic. Well, I can tell you this much. We've got roughly over 700 plus investors. And I would say about half of them are using their self-directed IRA. And for those of you that are listening, they're like, how in the world, what is a self-directed IRA? I'm going to let Joel take us there and share the power and the difference between the two. But first, I want to level set. There are people that have a 401k, and their 401k, maybe they no longer work with the company that they are with. And so their 401k is just sitting there. It's tied to the stock market. And then all of a sudden they get an intro to Quattro Capital, or I don't know, maybe perhaps Aaron Hudson. And all of a sudden they find out that they don't have to keep their money in their 401k any longer. There's a way to put them in control of their money. And so with that being said, they will roll their funds that are in their IRA and they'll move it to a self-directed company. Why in the world would they want to do that? Because it puts them in control of their finances, and those funds, now they can go put them to work. But check this out. With that being said, it gets better than that. It's almost like, I feel like, online shopping or shopping network. Yeah. You're like, well, hold QVC. On, there's more. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I just gave you the little bare minimum of where a lot of people are moving their money from their 401k to a self-directed, and it empowers them to be able to take their then funds and invest them in real estate and buy apartment buildings. So that's what we deal with a lot of our clients. But hold on, there's a select few that actually have an EQRP. And so this is like next level. It's like climbing the rungs of a ladder. How can it get sweeter than what I just shared with you? And the truth of the matter is it can. So Joel, tell us, how does this differ from that 401k being rolled to an IRA? What's another option to take it to another level and put our clients and our investors in control of their money, even at a better level than what I just shared?
Yeah, there's likely two types of people or listeners in this audience. One, they have a self-directed IRA, and so they're saying, "Oh, I'm familiar with what this looks like," or they've heard of it. They just haven't done anything with it. They're not sure if they're eligible. They're not sure if it's something that they can manage. And so it's ideal because like you said, where we kind of go an additional layer above what the listener currently has or doesn't have, is we follow a different section of the IRC. So IRAs follow a particular code that allows an individual to self-direct their retirement funds, but it's limited. It doesn't have as many of the features as an EQRP has. And that's why there's that like additional layer of value and benefit that an EQRP plan offers. And it's because we follow a different section of the IRC. And a couple of those differentiators, which will apply really well to the listener who has a self-directed IRA, is related to UDFI. And that's actually when somebody knows that there's a difference between a self-directed IRA and a self-directed 401k, that term comes up all the time, UDFI. And for those that may not know, or for those who have heard of it and need a refresher, it essentially means unrelated debt financed income. And that is tied to an investment that you have that is real estate that is debt financed. And I'd say 9 out of 10 of our investors are invested in real estate that is debt financed. Like, it's really hard to find an investment that doesn't have some type of leverage.
Sure.
So if you are investing with a self-directed IRA, your gains, specifically the gains on the investment, are going to be subject to a tax. And the tax is rather complicated. The equation to figure out exactly how much of your gains are going to be taxed is really, really hard to determine with the calculator. But a CPA can help illustrate for you. If you're sitting on debt financed real estate with your SDIRA, go talk to your CPA and say, what is my UBIT burden going to look like when this asset sells?
Okay, pause for a
Yeah.
second. State that again. They need to go ask their CPA what? It's another language. So let's make sure we're very clear for our listeners here, Joel.
For sure. Yeah. They need to go to their CPA and they need to say, listen, I have debt financed real estate in my self-directed IRA. What is my tax burden, my UBIT tax burden going to be on my gains? So that's what your CPA is going to help factor for you. And it's going to require a lot of information. So Aaron or whoever the operator is, they're going to have to give you all of the details of how much is debt financed, what portion, are you invested in as a limited partner. It can get complicated. And to be honest with you, we do have a lot of people in our membership that used to operate a self-directed IRA. And when they found out about the tax burden and the expense, it was easier for them to move the asset in kind, which we do for them, into an EQRP plan that follows a different tax code.
Okay, so let's pause because there is some good news. If you've got your money in that self-directed IRA, there's options. I want to make sure you heard this. There's options to then move it to an EQRP. So, well, let's take the next step. I guess the next question for you is, can we just take a moment to break down those three main differentiators that you spoke about when you're talking about contributions, borrowing, and the UDFI exemption? Can you just talk on those just real briefly?
Yes. So the beauty of an EQRP plan, again, it is similar to a 401k. We follow section 401 of the IRC. You can borrow from your plan at the snap of a fingers. We have a team here, account managers who help all of our members. And if you need to borrow money from your EQRP plan, you can borrow up to $50,000. That's the IRS's guideline. Those are their rules. And you can pull up to that amount out to use for whatever you want. It could be to finance a small business. It could be to pay off a home equity line of credit because your adjustable rate just increased. The beauty of it is when you borrow from your EQRP plan, it's instantaneous, but also when you pay it back, it's going back into your plan along with any of the interest that you set. So it's actually a way for you to increase the value of your plan to ultimately go and invest that cash in another asset. So you can't do that, unfortunately, with an IRA, let alone a self-directed IRA. It would be a taxable event if you tried to pull money from it. So you really are limited. Okay. Now, when you think about contributions as a small business owner, that changes everything for our members who are small business owners. They're leveraging the plan to invest in alternative assets, which they want. They want the better returns. They want to invest with somebody that they can actually have a phone call with. And in addition to that, now they're actually deferring taxes from their small business income because they're making annual contributions. And the significant difference between our EQRP plan contributions for a small business owner versus an IRA is 10x. You can contribute $7,000 a year to your IRA. You can contribute almost $70,000 to your EQRP plan if you obviously generate enough income to do that as a small business owner. And you can do that for your spouse as well if both of you are part of the business. So huge differentiators. Like you can't do either of those things with an IRA like you can with an EQRP plan.
So let's just pause for a second and marinate on this point. When we came in and we said, hold on, there's something that you can put on steroids, such as the EQRP. Remember, this is only if you are a business owner. So if you're not a business owner, correct, Joel?
You've got the contribution piece. You're actually bringing up a topic that is so important for us to cover. So listen to this really carefully. A lot of people believe, they hear this from people who aren't actually experts in the industry like us. They hear from people that they cannot have an EQRP plan because they are not a small business owner. 7 out of 10 of our members are W-2 individuals.
Oh, wow.
All of our members are a part of our affiliate program. So we have members who go every day to their W-2 job, and at the same time, they market our business on the side. So they generate active income from us as an affiliate. So our members are able to say, they're able to substantiate to the IRS, yes, I qualify for this plan because I'm a bona fide affiliate partner of EQRP.
I love
So
that.
we walk each member through that entire process. And again, these are our member affiliates. These are people who don't have to dedicate more than maybe 40 hours a year to just marketing our business, because we build out what that whole marketing strategy looks like for the individual. Maybe it's sharing on socials, or connecting with people in their friend group, but we make them eligible to have an EQRP plan.
Gotcha. Now, if they didn't market it, could they still take their, call it $1 million from their company from before and roll it over and then use that just to invest?
Absolutely.
Or do they still have to have, I just want to make sure, because you're exactly right. You hear a lot of people talking and they're not accurate on their talk track at all. It's that you've got to have your own company in order to. So that was really great that you gave that clarity.
For sure. Yeah. And they don't have to establish their own business. They claim whatever income we pay them because they're marketing our company each year. We pay them via 1099 income. They claim that on their Schedule C income.
Hold on, time out. That ring just screwed up. You're going to say that again. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
So as an affiliate, we pay them 1099 income, and they can claim that income as self-employed sole proprietor income on their 1040, on their annual tax return. They don't need to establish an LLC to be an affiliate marketer of EQRP. So a lot of people want to do this. They want to have an EQRP plan so they can take $1 million and roll it in and go and invest it while they're still working their W-2 job. Cool. Let's make you an affiliate of ours, and we're going to work together to make sure that you're checking off the box, which is you have to have business activity. You don't even have to generate revenue to claim that you are in business. So to answer your question, yes, a W-2 individual who's not theoretically a small business owner can have an EQRP plan.
Awesome. So I'm assuming you are not the only person out there that has the QRP programs or plans and can set these up. Tell our listeners what makes you different than others out there.
For sure. So we're more of a boutique self-directed 401k provider. You can go and look at our competition, and they have really, really nice websites, or they have, flashy marketing material. We're actually the complete opposite. You can go to our website. We have a nice looking website, but where we put all of our money and all of our resources is in the swiftness of our activities and the responsiveness of our communication. So what our members desperately want, and we bring a lot of people over to our membership from other companies, they want to talk to a human being. And so we have the majority of our staff is our support staff, and they're all account managers. They have a book of business. So we dedicate so much energy into being responsive. The second piece, like I said, is the swiftness of our process.
Yeah.
We get people knocking on our door at the 11th hour saying, we need to commit to an investment with retirement funds. Can you make this happen? We'll drop everything and make sure that happens for the investor. You can't find that right now in the industry. I'm telling you right now, we have people come to us and pay us to do business because they need that desperately.
Wow, wow, wow. So tell me this much. People are listening and they're like, what in the world is the cost to set something like this up? So level set with us, share with us what the cost is to do something like such.
For sure. I think what I want to do is relate it to an experience that I had just this morning with a prospect that had booked an appointment with us. This person was introduced to us by a W-2 member of EQRP that is an affiliate. As we were talking and understanding this client's or this prospect's situation, they wanted to roll over about $2 million from a retirement portfolio. When we got into the nitty gritty, we found out how much they were paying every single month for admin fees. They were paying $2,400 every single month, roughly give or take, each month. I mean, you're spending $25,000 a year to manage a portfolio that size. The beauty of EQRP is we don't have an asset under management fee. So we charge an upfront $39.95 fee. So that's $3,995 upfront. And if you compare it to that client's experience that we were talking to this morning, the difference is astronomical. So the investment is definitely there for anybody that's interested. You do have to look at the fine details with your own retirement. If you're not exactly sure how much you're currently paying, it will surprise you when we have the conversation with you, how much you're actually paying up against the results that you're getting in the traditional market. So a member can expect to pay first year $4,000. We do charge $895 every year thereafter.
Fantastic. He's got a really great point here. When you break out your statements and you look what your money manager is charging you with all the maintenance fees and et cetera, add those up and see where you're at. Like he said, this gentleman shared this number and was quite shocked on the difference between.
You said quite shocked.
Look at your bank statement, not your bank statement. Hold on. Look at your statement and see what it is that the company you're working with is charging you. Because you may be very shocked when you add that up and you look at the difference between, for example, this gentleman that was paying $24,000 versus the $4,000 initially, and then that $1,000, I think it's $900 a year thereafter. But here's the beauty of it all. You have control of where your money is going and what you're going to invest in. And so with that being said, I want to even go a little bit further with this, if I may, Joel, with call it an IRA. And we have our investors and share with them that, look, you can move to the self-directed IRA. We still have to have the liaison with the company, initiate signing all the docs for the different investments, and then they're responsible to send the funds to us. And so there could be a delay, and some investors may miss out on an opportunity because the IRA company or that self-directed custodian isn't very timely with getting all paperwork signed and funds sent back, right? So the beauty of the EQRP is that you have checkbook control. So it puts you in power. The money's in the bank account and you get to write the check and you can send it the same day, or you can wire the funds the same day to the investment. So it is the place where you will find absolute total control of your money and be able to do what you want, when you want, however you want, with however much you want. Joel, this was such a great power 20-minute call. I feel like you just took our listeners to another level and they learned something new. And we all know that knowledge is power once it's applied. So for the listeners out there, you may already know, holy smokes, this is eye-opening and the right fit for you. And for those that are like, I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I would highly encourage you to jump on a call with Joel. He's super cool. He's super intelligent. And no matter what, he's going to tell you whether or not it is the right fit or it's not. But together, you guys can explore and you'll get to see for yourself. So Joel, how in the world can our listeners get in contact with you? What's the best way?
Yeah, for sure. So my calendar link is going to be posted here with this podcast. So you'll have access to click on that link. You'll get access to my calendar and we can book a time through that to get to know each other and talk through your strategy. And if it works, it works. If not, hey, we'll at least have a great conversation and connection. Of course, you can always email me. My email is joel@eqrp.com. And pretty straightforward. So yeah, shoot me an email if you like. And again, Aaron, thank you so much for letting me have this conversation with you and with those that are listening.
You're so welcome. You're an absolute delight. And if you guys didn't catch that, it's joel@eqrp.com. All right, Joel, thanks so much for having you. We appreciate you sharing some great knowledge with our listeners. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We hope this episode was insightful and brought value to your day. If so, please be awesome and leave us a 5-star review. Find out how Team Quattro can help you at thequattroway.com and scroll down for more info. Until next time, this is the Real Estate Runway Podcast.